And good morning as we head to the noon hour on a Friday. I'm Ernesto Garcia from Your Country 1039 KGRT. We're soon going to be joined by Curtis Grimes, who's coming in concert tonight at the Blue Moon. Make sure to get your tickets for that. You do not want to miss out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got live country music coming back in our area, and we're excited to welcome Curtis here in just a few moments as we are waiting for him to log on. And while we're waiting for him to log on, since this is live, why not? Let's get some of the music that you'll hear from him tonight. This one's called Still a Little Country Left. And hopefully, as soon as you see this video, we'll bring Curtis on, and or as soon as we see him, we'll bring him on right with you here. If you want to ask Curtis some questions, you can just by commenting on any of the social media platforms that we are live on right now. So we're glad that you're able to tune in with us. Live music entertainment, live on all the social media platforms. We're just waiting for our artist to come on by. Of course, he's making his drive all the way here to Las Cruces. So why not? Let's get right into it. This is Curtis Grimes. This one's called Still Little Country Left. And of course, right here on Your Country 1039 KGRT.
In Greentown, Indiana, there's still a little 4-H fair. A pageant queen and a tractor pull with a kid show and a steer. And corn on the cob, fresh as you can get. There's still a little country left. A young girl rides in the arena at a rodeo in Cave Creek. Oh, glory waves, she starts to sing. Oh, say, can you see? They all stand and cover hearts with cowboy hats. There's still a little country left. If you get off the interstate and travel down the old 2 lane, you're gonna find it's still alive and well. Stop in and have a sweet tea. Take a look around here and you're gonna see the whole world ain't gone all the way to hell. At least not yet. No, there's still a little country left. As long as there's a dance hall with sawdust on the floor, some kid up on a hardwood stage pouring out his soul, with that old guitar strapped across his chest, there's still a little country left. So get off of the interstate and travel down the old 2 lane. You're gonna find it's still alive and well. Stop in and have a sweet tea. Take a look around here and you're gonna see the whole world ain't gone all the way to hell. At least not yet. No, there's still a little country left. On the courthouse square in Texas, there's that old-fashioned barbershop pole. It still spins and shows its colors. And deep in my heart I know that our old red, white, and blue ain't dead. As long as folks still make a living with calloused hands. And there's an FM station taking my request. Yeah, there's still a little country left. Yeah, there's still a little country left. There's still a little country left.
Can you hear me? Maybe. Let me try one thing.
All right, I think we're back there live. How we doing there, Curtis? Are you there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. And by the
All
way, I
right.
apologize. I lost my microphone too. So I think we're back up now and all these internet problems and gremlins are all fixed. This is what we call live, my friend. This is how it goes. But you're live driving right now all the way here to Doñana County to bring us some live music. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight live country music comes to Doñana County. Tonight at the Blue Moon, we're happy to be talking with an artist who has 13 #1 hits on the Texas country charts. Say hello to our friend driving safely, by the way. That'd be Curtis Grimes. How you doing, sir?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Not much. Let's get right to it. How excited are you to see country music fans back instead of doing Zooms and stuff like we're doing right now?
It's much better. Much better playing in front of eyeballs instead of a little dot on a computer screen, for sure.
All right. Well, as music goes, people are happy to see how the pandemic is making songwriters pivot to some new music, the format wise. How's the pandemic affecting your songwriting and what you're performing and how you play now?
Man, for me, it was so I've kind of been doing this for about 12 years now, and I've missed a lot of Friday and Saturday nights. And I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and my baby was 6 months going into it. So I just really kind of appreciated the opportunity to be at home with my family for an extended period of time. So that's kind of was the silver lining for me, and that was cool. But you can only do that for so long before you need to go to work and make money to pay bills. So by the time that we got going again, we were ready to get back at it. But it was a nice little pause, just in life in general. And we were very blessed to be able to hit the ground running. Of course, we can play pretty much anywhere. We got a pretty family friendly show and kind of a more positive, uplifting message. So yeah, it didn't affect us as much as some other bands that are kind of just locked into bars or honky tonks.
Well, I tell you what, do you find it strange that now we live in this society where we have the TikToks and we have all these other things that are coming out here, and suddenly now a viral video or something like that can instantly put you to stardom, aka Walker Hayes and a fancy like. Can you be surprised? And now all artists going straight to TikTok trying to see what they can do to catch on to some niche or anything that grabs on.
It's pretty wild. Actually, I was in Nashville recording this week, and we were talking about that. How it's weird to me from a business perspective that a label would sign someone who's never played a show before to a major label deal, and then put them out on the road versus and not even give the ones that have been doing it for over 10 years really the same like opportunity. So that's just weird. I think you do have to capitalize on the outlets and what's available, right? So if that's the thing that's getting stuff happening and you want to do that and pursue it for a career, then by all means go for it. Do everything you can. People have the same kind of reaction on like I did The Voice. So there were some people that thought the same about that. Well, reality TV and blah blah blah. But a lot of times these artists, myself included, will have stuff in the works and have been doing it for years before those things, and that's just the thing that catapults them and gets them the attention and exposure, to be on the radar of the music industry. So there's both sides of it, but yeah, it's weird. It's weird when just someone puts out a viral video and then all of a sudden they're in the limelight, and I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
Well, we could even talk about reality shows for a bit. Like, as you mentioned, you were on The Voice, and here we are. It seems like we're in the new realm of reality voices. Before, it used to be trying to find talent. Now we're trying to find the story that looks good on television that does the talent. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Did we just lose out on a great artist over here because we're too busy focusing on a story these days?
That's one of the issues with it, because there are a lot of great artists that I've talked to that did try out and didn't get the time of day because they didn't have a sob story, because they didn't have something. And I just explained it to them like this is, and I learned this through the process, and kind of if I would have known now what I didn't know then kind of thing. But they're there to make a hit TV show, not to develop you and turn you into a star. You're there primarily for the exposure and to use them to get in opportunities and to reach people and bring attention to yourself that you would never get otherwise, that you couldn't even buy that kind of marketing and exposure on national television. So once you realize that, once you realize exactly what it is, then you're like, okay, what can I do to maximize it? Because I'm not guaranteed a window at all. And the window I do get is going to be very small. And so that kind of puts it into perspective what it's all about. But yeah, it's I get why they take that approach, but it does they do miss out on some good talent because there wasn't a story behind it.
I'll tell you what, let's talk a little bit about some of the technology today. We mentioned about the social media part, but now technology wise, during the pandemic, now we can record songs like this. We can come up with things. Acoustic sets are really much more. You really have a chance to interact with fans. Let's say you have somebody who's really sick and they can't see you, they're in a hospital or something. But now with all this technology's part, do you think this is going to really help bring those fan bases and really get you that support that you go out there?
I think there are pros and cons to technology, and I do think that was one thing that the whole pandemic and Corona shutdown did was really force people like me that just wasn't really interested in doing all the technology opportunities that are available, because it kind of became the new norm. That was what, if you wanted to stay relevant and continue to operate, you had to use the digital stuff and streaming and figure it out. And yeah, that's stuff that artists 10 years ago didn't have at their fingertips. And as much as, you know, we take for granted all this stuff that's available, and then we want to complain that we're not getting a shot at a record deal or whatnot. You got to think about in the 90s, all they had was if you didn't get signed to a label and have radio play, nobody knew where you were outside of your hometown, or so it's definitely beneficial, on top of all the negatives that can come with it.
I just recently came back from the country radio seminar a couple of weeks back and I tell you what, it was an artist bonanza. Everyone trying to play that night, Friday and Saturday night, getting all the attention of all the radio people and stuff. Are you surprised still at how big country radio's impact is and how it makes a big difference in getting your music across?
I am, that was one thing that I was curious to see how it would go when it did seem like majority of consuming music has gone to streaming outlets. But yeah, radio is still the king. Radio is still what it's all about, and that drives that's the funnel of what people latch onto as far as the top 40 and your mainstream superstars. So I don't know if that's ever going to be replaced in that regard. I just see radio changing and adapting to accommodate for all the other stuff going on.
All right. Well, I appreciate you being live with us. Where exactly are you driving right now? And then, by the way, who's back there right now falling asleep back there?
3 or 4 of them back there sleeping. Got my shotgun man.
Is that your van right there too?
It is, yes, sir.
All right, can we get a look at the van? I mean, if we're live here, we're going to take a look at this van here. Woo! Look, you got the TV, got everything here.
Fridge and Keurig.
Where exactly are you on Interstate 10 right now, or where are you driving on?
We're on 10 somewhere between Balmorhea and El Paso.
Oh, so you're almost down to El Paso. Going to get lunch in EP tonight?
Probably about time to stop at lunch. Yep.
All right. Well, here's the other thing I got to ask. Where's the baseball? Where's the baseball that you're going to throw around? I want to know that you're going to have a baseball tonight throwing around, because a lot of people forget that you have a wicked fastball still. You ever still just get out there and just decide, hey, let's go throw out here. The desert, let's pull over and go out here.
I haven't in a while. I have, and this guy on my right, he's all about it too. And we talked about that, throwing the gloves in here. But yeah, man, I haven't been able to do much baseball, or it really turns into softball when you get older, But yeah.
All right. Well, then I'm going to get some baseball picks for you, because I'm going to have some fun questions for you here. All right. Who's winning the World Series this year? Who's got it?
Man, I don't know. Right now, Houston's always a solid pick. For better or for worse. And we're Texas folks, so we gotta root for the home team. I'm actually a Ranger fan. I grew up watching Nolan Ryan pitch for Texas Rangers, so I always root for the Rangers in my heart. But right now, Houston's kind of always in the running.
No, he also pitched for the Astros. Let's not forget that.
I know, right? That's what I always tell everybody, because that Texas, you got the Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little rivalry thing, and everybody that's like, oh, I'm like, wait, Nolan he's an Astro first, so there's that.
All right, here, I know, without getting into too much trouble, what's the craziest thing you've seen a girl do at a live concert of yours? What's the craziest thing?
Probably not even at my concert, at other concerts. I guess flashing folks or whatever. I mean, not really. You don't have to be too crazy to think about that.
What's your beer of choice when you're performing on stage?
Man, I don't drink anymore. I've definitely got my fill of that first half of my career, and it usually didn't end well. So that kind of steered me in a sober direction. And so yeah, man, we don't drink. We don't drink.
Is it water or is it tea? It could be
water.
Anything.
Water and Red
There
Bull.
you go.
There you go.
There you go. And for the kiddos, how much time do you want? How much do you do this for them, and why you keep doing this for them? Why do you keep doing it?
I'll put my faith as my number one priority, using this to bring glory and honor to God. My family's second priority, then music, in that order. So my kids, the way we tour is mostly weekends, so I get to be home quite a bit, Sunday through Thursday, and they don't stay little very long. So I'm really try to make sure to take advantage of spending as much time as possible with them.
Well, I tell you what, I know new music must be coming soon. I know you're going to ride this album just a little bit longer, but when do you think you'll get back in studios and start coming out with more stuff?
I just got back from Nashville yesterday, and we got 9 new songs.
All right. Any special hints or anything you want to give your fans out there so they know?
Man, one of them I wrote last Thursday, and then we recorded it on Tuesday. So that's probably the fastest turnaround I've ever had
You know what? I still haven't heard so much. I mean, while Luke Bryan has Light It Up and stuff, I haven't heard much songs about breaking up on a phone or a text message breakup song. Have you ever done one of those yet?
I haven't. I'm gonna have to put that in my repertoire, my list.
There you go.
That's a good one.
And I'm telling you, Curtis, well, you drive safely out there. You're not that far away. It's going to be nice weather tonight, very clear skies. It's going to be fun. We'll be right next to the dry riverbed, so you'll maybe see a little water in it. There's not a lot of water in New Mexico, as you can already tell out here.
It's good to be back over here, man. I appreciate you having me.
All right, you get the final say. What do you want to tell the fans that they're going to see tonight over at the Blue Moon?
Man, we're going to have a good time. We'll try to keep the slow songs to a minimal and keep it up tempo, a lot of dancing stuff. And I don't know, we'll throw in a few worship songs at the end of our set too. We try to just have some fun and I don't know, make it a good time.
Well, God bless you. Drive safely. We want you here, and of course, we want all the guys safe. And we're not going to say the color of the van, because then people will start going over there, and then he's got to pull over. We're not going to do that. Just remember, there's a couple of speed traps as you get closer to Fabens. Okay, so slow down in that area, and then don't go too fast on the 3-lane highway after El Paso. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
All right, Curtis Grimes in concert tonight. Blue Moon. We'll see you there with Your Country 103.9 KG.